In this lesson, we are going to learn about squares and square roots of whole numbers. In our first part of the lesson, we are going to learn about squares, and later on, we are going to learn about the square roots. So, we start by looking at squares. Now, I have 3 points which I want you to know about squares, and later on we are going to look at a few examples. Point number 1, you need to know what squaring a number means. Now, squaring a number means multiplying a number by itself. Now, this is the definition of finding a square of a number. It means multiplying a number by itself. For example, 6 squared means you multiply 6 by itself. So it will be 6 you multiply by 6, which will give you 36. So 6 squared means 6 you multiply by itself to give you 36. Or if you are given 4 squared, it means you multiply 4 by itself. So it will be 4 you multiply by 4 to give you 16. Also, if you are given a number like 2 squared, it will be 2 you multiply by itself. So it will be 2 multiplied by 2 to give you 4. So that is what squaring means. The second point, I want us to know the sign which is used in squaring or which is used in squares. Now, square is denoted by the sign 2 on top of the number, Now, this is the sign, a small 2 on top of the number. For example, we look at the same examples. 6 squared. 6 squared can be written as 6 with a small 2 on top. Now, this is what we are saying. A small 2 on top of a number means that you square that number. So 6 squared can be written as 6 with a small 2 on top. And this, we have said, it means you take 6, you multiply by itself to give you 36. Also, 4 squared can be written as 4 with a small 2 on top, which I have said it means you square 4. And squaring 4, we have said you multiply 4 by itself. So it will be 4 multiplied by 4 to give you 16. The same case for 2. If you are given 2 squared, it can be written as 2 and a small 2 on top. So this means you take 2, you multiply by itself. This will give you 4. So that is the second point I want you to know. that square is denoted by the sign 2 on top of the number. Remember, you have to write a small 2 on top of the number. Do not write it below the number. It has to be on top of the number. As you can see, 6 and a small 2 on top, 4 and a small 2 on top, 2 and a small 2 on top. Any other number, for example 5 squared, will be written as 5 and a small 2 on top. This one means you multiply 5 by itself, so it will be 5 times 5 to give you 25. So that is the second point which I want you to understand.